So the holidays are here, the snow's on the ground, and odds are you've probably already picked out your Christmas tree.
But why do we even get Christmas trees? Why do we decorate them? What are the traditions behind our celebrations? And what tree is the best tree?
So we're here today at Maurer's Tree Farm in Malta to talk about just that. Welcome to Ned Talks.
The types of evergreen trees we're going to talk about today, we don't necessarily find on site at the Ned Smith Center. That's why today we're at Maurer's Tree Farm to talk about them instead.
So why don't we start with the history of Christmas trees? It turns out they have their roots in pagan tradition. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, and it marks the beginning of longer days. Ancient peoples like the Romans celebrated Saturnalia, a feast that takes place on the winter solstice for Saturn, their god of agriculture. This type of celebration takes many forms through different cultures, but the evergreen tree was the symbol of life and the symbol of coming warmer days and harvests. So that being said, many ancient peoples would bring boughs of evergreen trees into their homes to decorate.
The tradition eventually moved into Germany, where they did bring those Christmas trees in and decorate them, but the tradition wasn't widely spread in Europe until 1848, when an illustration was published of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert's beautifully extravagant Christmas tree decorated in their home, that the rest of Europe really began this tradition. After Queen Victoria and Prince Albert's groundbreaking Christmas tree, it's hard to find a household without a tree during the holidays. So let's talk about the different kinds of evergreens that you might want to have in your home. So to start out with, we have a Douglas fir, which, fun fact, is not actually a fir. Its cones point down, whereas all other firs would point upwards. The branches of the Douglas fir are nice and hardy, so they're going to hold up your ornaments well. And the needles are nice and soft and wispy, ranging about 1 inch to 2 inches long. The Douglas fir is also a western species, being found in the western part of North America at high elevations.
So next up we have a Fraser fir beside me here. Now it's a little bit different than the Douglas fir in that the Fraser fir is actually a true fir. So instead of the cones hanging downwards like they do on the Douglas fir, these cones when they're mature will be sticking up, pointing towards the sky. Fraser fir also has some nice stiff branches, and if you take a look at the needles, there's a ton of them kind of spiraling around the branch, and they're short little needles at only about 1/2 inch in length. They have a nice mild scent to them, and they're very, very stiff and pointy too.
And lastly, we have the concolor fir. Its needles are similar in length to the Douglas fir, about 1 inch to 2 inches long, but they're a little more prickly than the Douglas fir. Their needles also point out and up, and if you pinch their needles, you'll get that very strong kind of pine solly scent, that citrusy scent from them. But they do make a good Christmas tree because their branches are also very stiff, so they'll support all your ornaments.
And so what makes the perfect Christmas tree is really kind of up to your preference. There's a lot of other species of trees that have kind of thin, looser branches. They have a more open look. There's others that are thicker, more filled out, and have big, thick branches. Some people really love that citrus scent of the concolor fir. Others really like that feathery look of the Douglas fir. So it's really what you're looking for.
There are all kinds of different ones that we didn't talk about today, like the Norway spruce or the eastern white pine. So like Hunter said, the choice is really yours, whatever you'd prefer. Thanks for watching our Ned Talks. Happy holidays from the Ned Smith Center.
Hey!